Hello, this is Julie Birchie again, and today I shall show you how to write a novel. But for starters, why am I interested in this? Why do I choose to show you this concept? Well, I've always wanted to write one. I am so close to getting it all on paper. I'm plotting it. I've been doing so much research. And I have always been a fantasy geek as well, and this kind of fueled my urge to write. Every time I read a book and pick one up, I'm thinking, I want to contribute to this. I want to write one of my own. And that's where it brings me to this first point. How do you start one? How do you get your first words on paper? Well, it starts with finding your genre. You have to write what you like. Whether it's sci-fi or fantasy or historical fiction, literally anything in this world, it's all according to what you want to do. People like Tolkien, J.K. Rowling, or my favorite author, Richard Paul Evans, they all written what they wanted to write. They've all chosen what rules they wanted to put in their book, what stories and adventures they wanted to put down. It was all according to what they wanted. The crowd, well, they're kind of stingy. They will want to control the author, but you don't want that to happen to you. You write what you want, what makes you happy. That is the key for the best book. Anyone will love to read something that you've written from your passion. It's all about passion. So, how do you learn how to write it then? You know how to begin one, but how do you learn? Well, the key to practicing is by reading. So many sources recommend that you read. Like, the better an author is, the more they read. They've learned through the genres they liked. Fantasy reader will read about knights and dragons from all these different authors. Not just one author, but so many of them. Alongside that, they will also write. They'll write pieces of chapters or short stories, anything. Just write something. That is the best way to get a book going. Not only that, you have to learn your grammar. Like, from first grade up, you've been learning grammar classes. What does that do anything to you? Well, they've been training you on how to pen words to paper in the right fashion, in the right form. Even the college classes that you're taking. I just took an English composition class, and it helped me greatly. Even with my confidence, it just helped me. So that's out of the way. Now what? Well, characters. Characters are the best way to start with a book. Get their personalities, their strengths, their weaknesses, what they look like even. Those are the meat of your story. They are so important. The biggest part of a character, though, is the antagonist. They are what the readers want to see come to an end, or interested to see what they do next. Again with Richard Paul Evans. He has the best antagonist I've ever read, and it just wants me to get into the story more. It shows you, like, the evil a person have, and it just pulls you into it. Those characters are so important. But alongside that, there's also a world. What good is a character without a world? You have to have an ecosystem or how culture works. What's about the world? Like, it's so important. It's where the adventures take place, the rules abide. So important. Afterwards, we also need a storyline. With characters and world put to the side, we need a story to keep the readers going. But in order to write a story, we need an outline. The outline helps you keep your points in order. Some writers want to write on the whim, like they let their characters choose a path. But honestly, I think it's better to know where your story's going to go. But at the end, once you get your ending going, you're going to get discouraged. But don't let that fool you. It may seem like trash. I know, I've been through that. But it's important to realize that you have to edit, you have to rewrite again and again, and then you will have the best book you could possibly have. I know you can do this.